Welcome to the Innate series, the ultimate resource for chiropractors looking to grow, thrive, and align their practice with purpose. In this week's testimonial episode, Dr. Kyle Block shares his journey from burnout to passion since joining Aligned. Let's get started.
Hi, what's your name and where do you practice?
I am Kyle Block and I practice in Manassas, Virginia.
Awesome. And Dr. Block, how long have you been a chiropractor?
I've been practicing almost 14 years. So,
Okay. And where did you go to school?
Palmer in Iowa.
Okay, amazing. And so we know you're an Aligned member.
Yeah.
What was your life like before Aligned?
So when I started practice, let me kind of take you all the way back. Basically, I worked for a doc for a couple of years, trying to learn the ropes. And like a lot of associates, we just kind of get thrown into the ringer and they beat the crap out of you. And then all of a sudden it's like, this is not working. I need to go do something different. So ended up deciding to open my own practice. And like most doctors, we think we can do it ourselves, and didn't quite go so well. So I ended up with about 3 to 4 years of just churning and burning and just barely making it by. And I remember getting to a point where my partner was like, you either need to figure this out or have somebody figure it out with you, or we need to do a different route because I can't keep supporting the both of us. And that was kind of like the big pivoting moment for me where it's like, okay, I don't have systems. I don't have things to do. And he ran a very successful business prior to meeting me. And so he put all these things in, but it was in direct sales, not in healthcare. And so that's when we started like, where do we go? And I had gone with a couple of other management companies in the past and had really gotten burned. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this again because I've just, time after time, it was, hey, we're going to help you do this and that and this and that. And then it came down to all they cared about was how much money am I bringing to them? And it wasn't really about helping develop me. And so, finding AMC totally changed that alignment literally for how I practice. And so it's been a quite a big journey since then.
Okay. And how long have you been with Aligned now?
So I've been with Aligned, I think it's 6 years it'll be in July. So it's been a little while already.
Wow. Okay. How, if you had to pick, well, there's probably multiple things, but how has Aligned helped you over those 6 years? Like, what's the biggest growth you've had? And I guess what's the biggest difference now that you've joined Aligned specifically? Because I know you mentioned a little bit already, but if you could get a little more detailed, that'd be awesome.
Definitely. So when I think about where my timeline starts with Aligned, each year I think had something different that I was working towards. And that's more like a retrospective look. When I was going through it, I really didn't realize it was kind of like, I'm just shooting fish in a barrel at this point. There's so much stuff that's coming at you and you're just picking up and doing all sorts of different things. But year one was really about reshaping my concepts of what is chiropractic. Sadly, I went to a school that was heavy in concepts of principles and philosophy of chiropractic, but I never really took that from them. It became all about the nuances. And so that was, I think, the very first thing for me was just redeveloping what is chiropractic? What are we actually doing? It's not just about pain. It's really about helping our patients. And that's why I got into medicine. From there, it was really putting down systems. We think we have systems and we all do, but they're not necessarily effective. So for me, it was really sitting down and having, hey, for this process, this is how you do this. And starting to implement them. And on top of that, having someone that held me accountable. That was a huge piece of it because before I would lie to myself. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it. And my coach would be like, no, you're not. I can see right here, like stats don't lie. And I'm like, okay, you're right, I'm not. So that was those pieces that I was missing. So when AMC brought those to me, that's where I really saw the growth and the leaps and bounds. And within the first year, we'd over doubled my practice. And to now be a contributing member to the household versus more of a, I don't want to say a leech, but being somebody that was just kind of like doing it as a hobby really felt really good. So now it's like, hey, I'm going to take you out for dinner, or hey, I'm going to pay for this trip. And it's been a really cool transition between us and helping our relationship flourish versus just being so focused on the business, the whole life has really changed because of that.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're enjoying chiropractic again now? Because I would guess being at a point where it's like, hey, you either got to figure this out or stop doing what you're doing. It probably got you to a point of not loving chiropractic. I would assume. So you can probably speak to that. But do you now love it again? Are you glad you're helping patients again? And like, do you see like, are some of those things correlating for you again?
Yeah, definitely. I've seen a resurgence in what it means to truly be a doctor. And that's one of the cool things that I talk to my patients about, is that medicine isn't just a one track thing. It's not, we do this for that. It's really about, you come in and we really want to help you on all aspects. And that's really what chiropractic was about, right? Thoughts, traumas, and toxins is what we got taught in school. And now to see it in real life makes sense. And so for me, that passion is definitely growing. And, I'm not like most of the docs probably. I'm getting ready to kind of exit out of this phase of my life. I'm enjoying the teaching. I have a couple of docs right now that are coming into the office. They come in every Monday, and I'm teaching them how to do these systems as well, and how to actually build their confidence in being great doctors when they start their practice. And so it's been a lot of fun getting to take everything that I've learned over the last 6 years and pour that into these two doctors that are so afraid of even just like, what if this happens? It's like, calm down. I've been through pretty much everything that you can imagine, and I'm still doing great. So like, that's been another new challenge that's been fun. And you think, oh, there's nothing more I can learn, and you're always learning things. And so AMC has helped me really now start to distill, how do I teach, which really implements like, hey, you really did learn this stuff. And sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like I know anything. And it's like, oh no, I actually really do.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing. Well, you have a great story, amazing testimony. We're so thankful you're part of Aligned. I guess the last question would just be, what would you tell somebody who's maybe been circling or looking at Aligned or trying to, or maybe is just feeling on the edge and they just happen to come across Aligned? What would you say to them about joining?
So the big thing that I would say is that, like I kind of alluded to in the beginning, I've been to different practice management companies, and I don't want to name them because I don't think that that's fair. But with Align, the big thing that I really took away is that it wasn't really about necessarily how much money can I bring them. It was really about developing me into a better practitioner. And in doing so, that helped my practice grow, which meant that I had more of these other doors open for me. And, I can't say enough good things about how AMC really got me into this idea of, we're not just here to make money. We're not just here to cure disease. It's really what we're doing for our patients. What are we really doing for that next generation?
Yeah.
And to see families come in that started with me, with being single and then getting married and now having kids. And it really speaks volumes of, we're doing the right things. And these other programs that I tried, it wasn't about that at all. But AMC really is about truly the doctor first. And if your doctor skills grow, great. But if your concepts and your confidence and all that is growing, that's really what's the winning sauce, so to speak, with Aligned. And I think that that's really where people will see the difference if they've tried other avenues in the past themselves.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
for being here.
Anytime.
Thank you for joining us on Innate. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. For more resources, mentorship opportunities, and to connect with our community, visit amcfamily.com. Until next time, stay aligned.